What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another Blade Tower. We're going to do preparation again here, but I think probably the most important thing here to note is the fact that for the last floor, be patient with it, and of course as well, do your research and figure out the best path forward and to make sure all the solutions work, because honestly, yeah, I don't know if I would want to do all the floors again if you drop down. Obviously, for myself, if I want to go back and do it, I can try for different comps. But for yourselves, yeah, you don't want to be doing that because it's just going to take a long ton of time to climb all the way back up. And it's not fun, right? So I'd say the best advice for you guys right now is the fact that just make sure, you're doing your research. Make sure you check out some of the other great content creators we have on, anywhere, right? On the floors. And hopefully, whatever lineup works for your roster, because everyone's roster sizes and characters are all different, right? And myself as well. Like if my guides are crap and they don't help you guys out here, then yeah, let me just apologize now in advance. But I'm hopefully it does, something works. And I'm trying to figure out some other options when we do run it a couple times, just like we did in the previous ones. But again, we'll see how it goes when it does go live. Obviously, this is all just in theory, but I'm going to run through my guide here, and I've adjusted some of these teams here that I've talked about earlier on in the week here. I had a little more time to kind of, research and do a lot of other stuff and kind of look at some of the passes and whatnot. But anyways, let's move on here. All right, so the first cell is consisting of Surfer Breaker for the first time in this tower. And of course, as well, they're combined with some pretty dangerous characters with Executioner, High Evolutionary, 3 members of the Orcus, and Kang, just to kind of throw us a little wrench. So again, right off the bat here, Nimrod's passive gives a pretty nice boost to the Orcus members. But on top of that, we also have Kang, Surfer Breaker, and Executioner, all having ways to kind of ability block or slow the team. So this is why I've circled them here. But those are 3 characters that we're going to need to watch out for. And again, my solution to this is using our opening. This is usually one of our opening rosters that we use, because this is a roster that's not too crazy, and they are quite impactful early on in the stages. We've used this several times in the previous floors, and Hulk and Spider-Man being part of the new raid teams as well makes a lot of sense, because you want to put resources into the next raid team. Having said that, now they are going to need a little bit of help. Emma Frost is there to block out that Orcus speed boost, and of course as well, Sentry is there because when he drops, he's going to do damage on the other side, and he also reduces the speed as well. So everything kind of matches all together. But that's the plan, and that's hopefully going to be what I use. But we'll see here when it does go live. I have 2 charts here from the MSF base. Again, shout out to MSF base for being able to allow us to theory craft, at least, get our ideas on paper versus trying to do everything manually. But yeah, the left side does not have Emma X-Men, and the right side does have Emma there. So this is what makes a difference, right? Like if you can see here, if Emma's not on the board on the left side, they basically take 6 turns before we even take one. And then once you add Emma in there, you only have to worry about Executioner, Kang, and of course as well, Surfer Breaker. So yeah, I mean, it's not the best. I don't know if this is the best opening move, but without using too much of our powerful characters like Jeff, Professor Xavier, Blue Marvel, you name it. I feel like this is a very appropriate response, and we'll have to see here how it goes. But obviously, Spider-Man's going to have to carry hard. Same with Hulk. I'm going to position Hulk in a way so that it does splash damage to the Sentry, and then if Sentry drops, we can take advantage of that fact. And then, of course, Emma Frost is there with the ability block and the speed negate as well. So she's filling a lot of pieces here. I'm not sure on who the 5th member is yet, but those are going to be the 4 pieces for sure, I think. And yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll have to kind of go back to the drawing board, but we'll see here. The next node is another one. Again, very, very powerful team. We got the Phoenix Force 3. Again, very, very critical characters in the Cosmic Crucible. So luckily their buffs aren't active, but still makes them very, very dangerous, especially paired with 3 different styles of Ghost Rider. Yeah, all very, very different. We all received these guys throughout the ages here, of course, as well. And yeah, the first one was really cool for the Halloween event, and then we got Robbie, and then we got Cosmic Ghost Rider as well here. So yeah, very, very interesting team. And I think what's important here to note is the fact that it is a slower team, And using particular characters, I think we can kind of control the board here. I feel like Omen is going to be a very, very strong option here. Omen has been very impactful just because 2 or 3 of the characters have speed control, and it's hard, right? Shadow Conclave can't compete with that, and even Exalted X-Men, they have a slow, but they don't really have speed negate. Although Jubilee does give the turn meter on kill, but they don't have the speed negate or the speed, the speed drain that Ebony Maw brings. And of course, as well here, what's I think important here is Thanos, right? If he's with Ebony Maw, he gets empowered, and then his passive, right? People always forget about his passive, which is if a Black Order member drops below 50%, he's going to fill his speed bar by 50%, right? So whether it's Ebony Maw or if it's Cull Obsidian because he's taunting, this is going to allow our Thanos to get ahead of the other guys, and then he can start doing some chip damage and flipping the positives or negatives into positives and vice versa to the enemies. So I feel like this is a good option. Oh, and we also have Minerva, right? So if something does happen, we have Minerva also building her speed bar because on kill, she fills her speed bar as well. So this is what it looks like on MSF base. Surfer Breaker, I think we would have to position ourselves in a way. There's no taunter on this lineup, so we would have to position Surfer Breaker in a way so that maybe he can ability block Magneto and maybe perhaps one of the other Ghost Riders so that we can limit that damage to Cull. And then, of course, as well, once we get to Minerva's turn, she can do her drain, top people off. And then, of course, Ebony Maw gets to his turn, and he's going to be able to use his ultimate. And he gets 5% speed bar drain per Omen ally, right? So obviously the more Omen allies you have, the more drain, but unfortunately we want to keep Thanos here because I've checked and I've triple checked. Ronin would be a good addition here, but I feel like Thanos would be more impactful just because I've got my Thanos G20, and of course as well he has that fill on the speed bar, and of course he becomes empowered as well. So let me know what you guys think about that team. Moving on here, we got a Hellfire combo with Astro, and both Emmas are in this as well. So it's a party. They not only have speed negate, but they also have speed slow from her passives. So very, very powerful. And then if they attack or whatever, then you also got the possession hitting us as well. So some very, very dangerous characters here on the board. And yeah, we're going to stick with another favorite team of mine, which is we're going to have APOC. Obviously, in the arena meta, APOC's going to block that Emma speed, so that puts us back onto the normal side of things. And then Kahori is going to get that fill on the speed bar. Plus, we've got the ABBA, or Absolute A-Force, having synergy with each other. So Kahori is going to get a couple attacks in. Azazel is going to probably hit Captain Marvel, do a couple hits. Emma Frost is going to hit Captain Marvel as well. That should lose both her charges and should trigger the offense and speed up to all her Absolute A-Force allies. So they're going to move a lot faster. And I do have Thunderstrike in here just because I thought, you know what, I got to put him somewhere. And I figured, you know what, hey, let's put him in here and maybe he can throw a blind somewhere on the character. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but, you know, he's one of the faster character-ish, at least faster that I can use. Anyways, the other ones like Franklin and all the other guys we want to save for the next sections here. So we also have Jeff the Landshark plus some of his Retcon members. Plus we have this Tangled Web Young Avengers / Secret Defenders, I guess. So sort of kind of a weird lineup. But I think the most 3 dangerous characters is kind of, and you know, you can agree or disagree, but I feel like it's Squirrel Girl and Jeff. Just because Squirrel Girl can heal constantly. She gets that fill in the speed bar when she drops it below a certain health. Jeff can cleanse and clear and slow. And then, of course, as well, if Weaver gets her ultimate and her special going back to back, it's an absolute mess, right? So I feel like those are the 3 we're going to have to focus on. And yeah, we're going to try to use our Exalted Hair. We're going to try to burst them down, right? We've countered Jeff before with Jeff, but we just need that damage. So Storm's going to open up with that massive ult right after Spider-Man 2099 because he's faster with the speed up on spawn. Morph and Storm will try to get some chip damage on the Jeff. And then, of course, as well, Quasars, I'm hoping, will go next so that he can apply the defense down. And then if he has a defense down, maybe Jeff can do a double strike with his special cleanse. And then, of course, as well, he may get a little trigger from his time warp. So we'll see here. We're hoping that we can take out some of these characters before they take a turn. But yeah, it's gonna be a coin flip between the Jeffs, which is fine with me. And like I said, if we can cleanse and clean everything up before the other Jeff takes a turn, then I think we'll be in solid shape for the next section. The next one is going to be another difficult one with Mephisto, Surfer Breaker, the Eternals, which haven't been reworked, although the website says their stats have been updated, but we'll see when that goes live. And of course, as well, keep in mind, anytime we're up against Mephisto, he has that crazy 666 speed. So we can counter that with our Fantastic Four. And of course, as well, be aware of the fact that Minerva, Ebony Maw, and of course, as well, Surfer Breaker. Remember, right? We just said we were going to use this team against Phoenix Force. Like, obvious reasons, that 3-piece unit is very, very powerful. Even without their full team and even without their war buffs, they're still a very, very good team. And of course, as well, like I said, I think throwing in Mr. Fantastic, Franklin, and Sue is going to be great. And we can use Rachel here to lengthen stuff, stuns or whatnot. Although they're not fast enough to get to Rachel's turn. So I may need to slow down maybe like a slower character like Cull. Or no, wait, is Cull in here? No, Cull's not in this one. My apologies. Oh, no, he is in this one. Yeah, I thought he was in this one. Okay, whatever. Okay, my brain's been kind of fried this week, so my apologies there. But anyways, yeah, so we'll maybe try to slow down Cull because he's already got the taunt. We'll spread it from there. We'll see what happens there. I guess Franklin's going to rip everything off initially too, right? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes here. Last and final note, I don't think it'll be too hard. We're going to use our Symbiote 6, obviously. There's a lot of dangerous characters here, but if you run your Symbiote 6 plus Oath, they're going to make short work of it. They probably most likely won't even take a turn if our characters hit because Null's going to go first. He's going to use a special. And then Quicksilver is going to do his ultimate. And then we're going to get some hits from Toxin and Riot. And then Ulf as well. And once all that damage hits, if nobody is dead after that, I will be very surprised. But if they're low enough in health, it's going to trigger the Carnage passive. And it's going to allow for speed bar to fill on all our symbiote allies other than... oh, sorry, my apologies. I guess Venom's not here. But yeah, obviously we need to put Oath in here instead of Venom because Venom's kind of slower. So we'll see if that mitigates a little bit of our damage. But Venom's quite good as well. And maybe we can use Venom in a different room here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, that's the lineup. And like I said, I'll just recap it again here. Make sure you guys are getting some approved solid solutions before you attempt a tower and keeping your safe progress. I just don't want you guys restarting the whole tower. It's not fun. I don't mind doing it because I enjoy this kind of stuff. But yeah, you don't want to start from bottom again. And they should really put in checkpoints. It's kind of crazy that they don't. I think it would be very easy, but I have this weird conspiracy theory where they want us to be playing the game longer. And I think it kind of shows like, you know, they want people on the game. They want them engaged, just like how we do the breakers, how we do the danger rooms. And maybe it's good for their monetization or whatever. But anyways, long story short, they don't want to implement the checkpoints because they want us playing longer. So that's just my 2 cents. It could be wrong. It could not be. But anyways, hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know in the comments below if there's any teams that you would change. And let me know if, if I have some teams that are totally wrong here. I'm happy to change them. I want to make sure I can clear all these rooms as well. You guys would have noticed that I didn't even have Xavier or Blue Marvel in the inputs because I'm hoping these are the teams that I can use here without having to use the other 2. But we'll have to see here. And if I'm desperate enough for the shards, and it's just too hard and I need to bring in my Xavier for the last section or the second, so be it. But anyways, I wanted to try it out first maybe before I commit. And if we're able to get it done without Xavier or Blue Marvel, great. Helps people out here. Then it gives people options to use your Xavier as flexible plug and plays elsewhere. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.